Hello, I'm DerTebbers. Welcome aboard one of the queens of the air, the venerable Lockheed Constellation. There's no other bird quite like her. We are here in St. Louis, the major domestic hub for TWA. It was originally headquartered in Kansas City, but moved their hub to St. Louis in the 60s. I've shut her down because her startup is beautiful. Let's talk about the Connie. Everyone knows about the Connie, but how much do you know about the Connie? Constellation was used as a civilian airliner and as a military aid in civilian air transit, seen service in the Berlin airlift and the Biafran airlift. It was a presidential aircraft for U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, and that aircraft actually is sitting in the hangar at Dayton Air Base at the U.S. Air and Space Museum there, or the Air Force Museum there in Dayton. You can get in and see her sitting there. A total of 856 of these beautiful aircraft were produced in numerous models, all distinguished by that beautiful triple tail and the dolphin-shaped fuselage. And most are powered by four 18-cylinder Wright R3350 engines. To be more specific, Wright R3350 DA3 turbo compound 18-cylinder supercharged radial engines that produce 3,250 horsepower apiece. That's 2,424 kilowatts to the rest of you. Let's start her up. There we go. Look at that. The flame shots coming off those radials. Is that not a beautiful sight? The smoke coming off the back. Watching some of these beautiful radials fire off is just a sight to see in real life. And even here on FSX. Look at that. Those various cylinders finally roar to life and belch out all of that oily smoke that's got stuck up in the cylinder heads. There we go. Let's get in our beautiful Connie. Lockheed had been working on the L-044 Excalibur, a 4-engine pressurized airliner, since 1937. We're going to give her a little bit of flap here. Maybe. Hello, flappage. Oh, I see you. It's not much. Not much, if any. Hello? Are you there, flaps? Oh, there you are. There they come, slowly actuated by that hydraulic system. We don't need nearly that much. In 1939, Trans World Airlines, at the instigation of major stockholder Howard Hughes, requested a 40-passenger transcontinental airliner with 3,500 miles of range, well beyond the capabilities of the Excalibur design. All right, we'll wait for our system to come back online. All right, we're going to stand on our brakes. I'm going to bring power up on those four beautiful engines. Make sure that we're getting decent manifold pressure. RPMs are good. Here we go. Yeah. Is that not a beautiful looking aircraft? TWA's requirement led to the L-049 Constellation, designed by Lockheed engineers, including Kelly Johnson. Those of you in the aviation world know who Kelly Johnson is. Famous for the design of the sublimely beautiful U-2 and the pocket rocket SR-71 Blackbird. The Constellation's wing design is close to that of the P-38 Lightning, differing mostly in scale. That's right, it's a P-38 Lightning wing there. The distinctive triple tail, which gives her one of her beauty marks, kept the aircraft's height low enough to fit in existing hangars, while features such as hydraulically boosted controls and de-icing systems used on wings and tail leading edges were revolutionary. The aircraft had a top speed of over 375 miles per hour, faster than that of a Japanese Zero fighter, a cruise speed of 340 miles per hour, and a service ceiling of 24,000 feet. After World War II, the Constellation came into its own as a popular, fast civilian airliner. Aircraft already in production for the United States Army Air Force as C-69 transports were finished as civilian airliners, with TWA receiving the first on 1 October 1945. TWA's first transatlantic proving flight departed Washington, D.C. on December 3rd, 1945, arriving in Paris on December 4th via Gander and Shannon. Transworld Airlines transatlantic service fully started on February 6, 1946, with a New York to Paris flight in a Constellation. On June 17, 1947, Pan American World Airlines opened the first ever regularly scheduled round-the-world service with their L-749 Clipper America, the famous flight number Pan Am 1, operated until 1982. As the first pressurized airliner in widespread use, the Constellation helped to usher in affordable and comfortable air travel. Imagine the difference, going from the unpressurized likes of the DC-3 to the beautiful, sublime look of the Connie. Nothing quite like her. Sadly, the advent of jet airliners rendered the piston engine Constellation obsolete. First routes lost to the jets were the long overseas routes. The Constellations did continue to fly domestic routes. The last scheduled passenger flight in the 48 states was made by TWA L-749 on May 11, 1967, from Philadelphia to Kansas City, Missouri. Now, Connies remained in freight service for years to come and were used as on backup sections of the Eastern Airlines shuttle service between New York, Washington, and Boston until 1968. Now, of course, one of the reasons for the elegant appearance of the aircraft is the fuselage shape. Nothing quite like it. A continuous, variable profile with no two bulkheads the same shape. Unfortunately, this construction is very expensive and was replaced by the mostly tube shape of modern airliners, which, let's be honest, is just a tragedy and extremely boring. The tube, though, is also more resistant to pressurization changes and, overall cheaper to build, making it cheaper to operate. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get our beauty Connie down. See if we can go. We're going to try to make a, let's see, that little piece of green there. We're going to try to kind of loop around the green. Let's try that. Crew was 5 flight crew and, of course, a varying cabin crew depending on the passenger load. Typical passenger load was 62 to 95 passengers, though you could get 109 on board in a high-density configuration. The maximum speed was, as an airliner, not as a military aircraft, 377 miles per hour, which is about 607 kilometers per hour, with a range, give or take, of about 5,400 miles, which is 8,700 kilometers. An aircraft like this is what helped open up the concept of transatlantic service, though I have to say that I don't know if I'd want to sit in a piston aircraft for that long, but so be it. Even today, most people know what a Constellation looks like. You say Constellation and people instinctively know the beautiful triple tail. They might not fully recognize the hump, the dolphin shape as it is, but the triple tail usually tells the story for most people. Let's get our gears back out. Here we go. Get ourselves sort of in a landing configuration. Gears are down and locked according to our instrument panel. Sweet. Alright. It says we're high, but that's okay because it's probably better for me to be high. Granted, I do have the supercharged radials, so it's not like I would be in a serious problem if I had to bug out. But I don't want to wreck a Constellation. The aircraft itself internally is beautiful. I mean, you can read, if you look down underneath my throttle quadrant, you can actually read the do not exceed and the various speed positionings. It's a beautiful design that they've done on this aircraft. Now, there are some other ones out there with call-outs, and I did have one that had call-outs on it. Unfortunately, it's not a freeware. It's not a payware either. It was a gift aircraft for people who subscribe to PC Pilot Magazine. So I didn't want to show that one because you can't get it. I wanted to show you guys something that you could get. And this one is certainly a very good aircraft. You do need to follow the instructions on installing the aircraft, though, because it is a dual FSX and FS9 aircraft. We're going to run on a runway pretty quick if we don't put this baby down. There we go. Brakes. Brakes. Yep, diff brakes on this aircraft. There we go. Come on. Oh, yeah, we'll make it. What did we do? How did we flatten a tire? It can't be right. We might have gotten a flat slightly. That's okay. We'll live. We'll live. I'll just park it right there because it's too beautiful to just, take it off the runway. All right, let's shut her down. Let's get inside. It looks derpy. All right, shift 1. There we go. There's all of our various controls. 2 is a black box. 3 is the comm unit. 4 is Wowzer Bowser. Yes, this is the flight engineers station. Flight engineers had a lot of work to do. Shift 5. That is fuel. 6. That's... What in the heck? Oh, those are cross-feed valves. Oh my goodness. This is your cross-feed auxiliary fuel pumps. Wow. 7. We got our fuel gauges. 8. Air cooling. Spark control. Oh my goodness. What was that? 8? Yeah. 9. There's GPS, finally. So there's a few more down here. Let's see. Flight engineers panel. Okay, that was this thing. Yep. SM is the... I just pressed a button. It did things. Auto rich. Oh, super. Okay, I can disconnect my supercharger, low blower, high blower on my supercharger. So you actually can actuate the various supercharger pieces. Holy moly. There is, by the way, a PDF manual included to help you properly use your aircraft. Because goodness knows, it would be kind of difficult to use this aircraft if you didn't properly know how to use it. Because wowzer Bowser, let's get all this stuff straightened out so we don't blow up our aircraft while we're sitting here, right? All right, what's this? View toggle. Oh, that puts us out here. That's not what I want. Okay, so that was a flight engineers panel. Okay, sextant that we're missing. Supercharger set best. Okay. Propeller pitch. Oh, so you can hit buttons and immediately set stuff. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's actually really good since you're flying solo. You don't actually have a flight engineer to do those things for you. So, do the wipers work? Look at that. The wipers work. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you can, I believe, reverse your props. Reverse off. Can I flip you on? You should be able to go. Okay, fine. Let's open her up. There we go. Main exit open. All right. I'm in DerTebbers. This is your Flight Simulator X plane spotlight of the beautiful Lockheed Constellation. This is certainly a worthy model to play around with. It could use callouts for takeoff, but so be it. And I blew a tire on landing, but that's because I bounced the aircraft like a gibbon. The link is down below in the description, as always. Till next time. happy flying. And if you excuse me, I think I need to go take my Lockheed Constellation and take a little flight to somewhere fun.